That's fine. And we are live. Oh, Winfred's just tearing into some hunks of poultry. There we go. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Tatts and Tarrasques Underdark Pirates campaign. I'm your host, Dan, and we've been on a bit of a hiatus. There's been some excitement over the last couple of weeks. Oh, I'm getting a double voice. That's not
double voice.
That's not ideal.
The double.
I don't know how to solve that problem. But while we're here, Timmy, you missed out on last week, and seeing as I've apparently got a double voice, Dylan, could you please give us a bit of a recap of what happened last time on Dragon Ball Z?
All right, in my best Dragon Ball Z voice. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. That's as far as I got. Basically, we went through a mushroom forest. It was kind of good, kind of weird. Got attacked by a bunch of fucking centipedes and spiders and ants and shit, and that was not great.
My worst fucking nightmare.
Yeah, not good. Following that, we decided, we got to the center, realized that there was a fork. We could go left. We could continue off to the right, or we could go down to the left. So we went down to the left, and now we're at what I like to imagine is the mushroom version of Woodstock, because they're all kind of fucked up and just having a great time. Yeah, that's basically all that happened. Getting through that forest took us quite a while, and then we had a lot of talking with some mushroom people that were also took quite a while.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we found out that the people that were dancing at that Woodstock concert were all hypnotized.
Yeah, they're all cursed.
You can't come up here. I've got food up here. Bugger off.
All the mushrooms and the monkey men and whatever else were there are all cursed by someone that we do not know. I can't remember. They called her. It was a she. I remember that much. I don't remember what they called her.
Until we remember her name is Beans.
All right, Beans cursed them and is forcing them to dance and spread her spores throughout. But we have, now that I've realized, the one that is the least cursed, but is still cursed, is the one I was talking to, and we're gonna try and help him out.
Right.
That's right.
Who's gonna take us to Candy Mountain?
So you were making your way through in hot pursuit of a Darrow, I believe, which is sort of like a crazy Underdark gnome thingo, goblin maybe.
Description, Dan. Well done.
And you stole his hat, and I believe, Winfred, you were kind of snooping, using schnoz, that incredible schnoz of yours, to chase him into these tunnels, whereupon you uncovered a dark ritual where someone had summoned the avatar of Ymir, if you remember as well, who was working for...
Oh, we all remember that.
Yeah. And from there, you sort of made swift work of him and sort of the shadow clone jutsu versions of yourselves. And then, as you said, you made your way to this part of the tunnels where you met a bunch of Myconids who seemed to be just dancing and just loving life. It was the real fung stock, I guess, fungal stock.
Fung stock.
You'll notice as well, we do have my dear mushroom friend is here with us today. A little cameo in the background there, and they had all started moving towards the mushrooms, or I guess sort of the lead mushroom you were speaking with, particularly Winfred, had started making their way into one of the mushrooms that was growing up on the wall and kind of just passing through it. It opened up like a gate, and they just started walking through it or dancing through it. Dylan, at the last moment, you were kind of holding on to this smaller mushroom sprout who perhaps didn't want to go, but still kind of wanted to go. And even though he was quite small, he was sort of dragging you along towards this mushroom stalk. And that's when Winfred gave you the old Thorindir special and imbued in you sort of more more courage, more valor, more power, and you wanted to do something.
The ether. So I've reached out to grab our little mushroom friend on the shoulder, as he was. I never got his name. Can't remember his name.
You never ask.
That's a good point. I don't bother. Reach out to place my hand on his shoulder as I think I was waiting for that final moment. Have all the others gone through their little mushroom network?
Yeah, if that's what you're waiting for.
Yeah, okay. Once all the others have gone through the mushroom network, I've been holding on to this last one to just slow him down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's probably about...
And he's sort of like, he's kind of dancing, but half-heartedly as he sort of walks forward.
We'll say 10 feet away from the little precipice of him going through, I'm going to cast Remove Curse on him.
Okay.
Oh, that was some good dancing there, Dan.
Thank you. That's what I've been doing in my weeks off. This is all my prep. All my D&D prep has just been
just Mike and a dance moves.
Mike and a dance moves, just for the immersion.
This is what happens when we don't finish a section of the campaign. Dan gets stuck in it.
I get cursed.
For the weeks up until we get to finish it, he's just stuck in that character.
That's right.
I also put in enough inspiration points to make sure that the prediction right now is that 99% chance that Dylan's character will die this session.
Excellent.
Nice. Very nice. Thank you.
Just thought that was important to do.
Yeah. Cool. So you cast Remove Curse, and the almost instantly the dancing stops, and the small sort of Myconid, you put its hand on the shoulder. It's probably about half your height though, and he sort of stops dancing, and seeming with unseeing eyes, kind of motions around as if looking around, turns around to look at you, and then just sort of kind of hugs your leg, and you feel some spores kind of release from him, or from them, and you feel relief, calm, clear, embarrassment, and some trepidation. You sort of feel those emotions rather than actual words.
I'll because I've been communicating with this Myconid mentally, because that's isn't that how I believe that's how you communicate with them?
Yeah.
I'll just I'll send back the emotions of or the feeling of safety. Essentially saying, you're safe now. We've broken your curse. How do we continue? And then I will point in the direction that we want to go, away from their hole in the wall to where the Darrow was pathing towards.
Yeah. So
I'll be back in just a sec.
He sort of turns his head to the side a bit, as if trying to kind of understand what you're sending back, and then sort of shrugs, and then just kind of is holding your hand like a toddler. Yeah.
All right. So
his other hand comes up and picks into where his nose might be, or where there's just a spore patch, and just pulls out some slime and just flicks it flicks it while just holding your hand.
So I've saved a toddler. Great. Essentially, I'm just going to just say to him again, how do we traverse these mushrooms? How do we traverse this forest without being hindered? We were actually, I should use smaller words. How do we get through there?
Where do you point when you say there?
Into the forest.
The forest you came from, or the forest they went into?
The forest I came from.
Okay. He kind of looks over at it, and looks at you, and then looks at the forest, and then just starts walking towards it, still kind of holding your hand.
I'll quickly yell out to Winfred and Paulie and just say, "Follow me. I believe something's going to happen." And I'll follow him.
Cool. You. Yeah.
I'm just Paulie's just dancing. He's just trying to like copy like the Myconids sick dance moves. You know, he's like fuck. His bird arms just aren't as aren't as good at like the sweet moves that a mushroom can do.
Yeah, a lot of their dance moves are the kind of flappy, inflatable man kind of moves where they're just like.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel Paulie, because he's got the wings, it's a lot more trying to be graceful. He can't do it.
One of these ones, yeah. I'm trying to do this shit, but I'm like, what's up? Do like a upworm.
Yeah, doing a body roll.
Yeah.
Lots of spins. Yeah.
Dougie.
Bit of a couple of cowboy dance moves. You know.
Are there any drinks at this party?
Well, all the Myconids have left.
The party's over. They all left. I just
Are there any?
slowed down the last
Are
one.
there any drinks left? Just leftover drinks.
No. So the drinks or whatever they were taking in when we got to the party, we realized was the reason they were cursed. So you would know. Don't consume it.
Okay. I really want to.
Yeah, Timmy, I know you want to try out your new necklace, but I don't think it's a good idea.
It's not about the new necklace. I just feel like Paul is the kind of guy to drink floor drinks.
Yeah, the floor
Possibly
drinks
cursed.
here are not fantastic floor drinks.
So you make your way back, or being led by this small mushroom gentleman. You get the feeling that his name, or you get sort of a word in your mind, which is Rumpadump.
Rumpadump.
Beans.
No. We're talking about the one that I saved.
Oh! So it's not beans.
All right, that's added to my notes. Sweet.
And ahead of you is the dense fungi forest that you had just traversed through. It's tall specimens growing some 5 feet high. Even as you assess the best path through it, you can again hear sort of the hissing sound of what you recall was sort of wind or air passing through fungi follicles. Creating what sounds like sort of tiny whispers in tongues you don't understand. And from what you remember through that thicket, it was a sort of T-junction, and that when you'd originally come through it, you'd chosen one direction to run away from those bugs.
Yes. So we came in from the northwest.
Last time?
Yep, and then we went southwest down to the west, and I think I remember there was a way out towards the east.
Yeah, let me pull
East
y'all
northeast
in
or something like that.
because I think Timmy hadn't seen this.
Yeah, this is where we got fucked with by the bugs, Timmy.
Aha.
Lots of bugs in mushroom forest. It's not great.
And so this mushroom boy is sort of just dragging your hand along, Zorn, and just sort of walking towards it, and kind of stops and like points into it, looks back up at you, and says, "This way?" question.
I give him a thumbs up.
Okay, and he starts sort of picking his way through the mushrooms, walking forwards. Sometimes you have to duck incredibly low because this mushroom boy, is short enough to walk through certain areas, but you have to kind of duck down a lot, and you start forging a path through the thicket.
You guys just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
We will find a way.
And it looks...
Don't worry, Winfred's used to this. His best friend's a rabbit.
This is true.
And here's kind of what it looks like for everyone playing at home.
And as I'm following, I'm assuming my dancing lights are still up.
Yeah, if not, you've probably recast them. It's a cantrip, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'll just drop a dancing light
so
every so often as to where.
Yeah, you send the lights forward ahead of you, and they cast weird shadows. As obviously the huge sort of thicket of fungi is throwing off crazy shadows on other fungus and on the walls and so on. And you do see sort of little bits of movement in the fungi, in the fungi, but it's unclear at this distance if that is things moving about within the mushrooms or whether it's just sort of maybe it's the breeze.
Okay. I'll just continue following, and I'll just reiterate to our little rumpadump friend that we want to make it through the fastest and safest possible route of this forest, and keep reiterating the point that we are going east. We need to go east.
Cool. So you let old mate, but young mate, walk you through this fungi thicket.
Young champ.
You make your way through. It's obviously difficult going. If you remember, it's quite thick and whatnot. You make your way in, and after sort of 10 minutes or a few minutes or so, just sort of trudging through, you get to what looks to be that similar kind of intersection you're at before. Roll me a d20, please.
Ready. That is a 6.
Okay. Look, I'm sure that's fine, but let me just check, just to make sure.
Just a whole ass 6.
Yeah. Strong 6.
Cool.
Hey, look, 6 is a strong number. There were 6 infinity stones.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's the sinister 6 if you want to get,
Yeah, and
villainous with it.
Nothing bad has ever happened by rolling a 6.
Yep, exactly.
Anything trying to perceive me has disadvantage, by the way,
Yeah,
because my hood is up.
sure. Your friends do not have
Yeah, I
that same
know.
luxury.
I thought. Yeah, I know.
Hey,
I was hoping.
guys, just sorry, real quickly. I don't know why, but is the forge for anybody else taking up a lot of their CPU? Because for me, like my CPU's like 80% just using Google Chrome, and it's moving really, really slowly for me.
That's
Yeah,
Chrome. That's Chrome
that'll
for
be
you.
that's Chrome and Forge in a nutshell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Use Mozilla, man. Mozilla at least.
Mozzarella.
Mozilla.
I love mozzarella. He's brave.
I love mozzarella, but mozzarella hates me.
Yeah, same.
So you continue through these mushroom passes until eventually heading east, you are led through without any problems, and you kind of break out into a sort of the regular-ish kind of tunnels again, a new tunnel which you haven't visited yet.
All right. Once we get out into the mouth of the tunnel, like just out of the forest, I want to man, who's got the least health at the moment? Like, who looks the roughest out of you two?
I'm at 18.
I can't see my hit points at the moment, so someone's going to have to tell me.
All right, I got a better idea. I'm just going to pop a first level cure wounds on both of them. So that is 11 hit points for Winfred
Thanks.
and 9 hit points for Paulie.
Thanks.
All right. You continue marching through the corridors. What is this? They're sort of still dark and dank. Obviously, the only real light you're getting is from Sorn's dancing lights. You do see the occasional glowing fungus and things like that cast somewhat of a dim light. But all of you are would be at a significant... Well, actually, I think only Winfred's really at a disadvantage in the darkness, as Paulie has...
Dark vision goggles.
Yeah, sort of these night vision goggles, and Sorn has sort of the superior dark vision itself. But you continue making your way through this corridor, which is maybe sort of 20 feet across, plenty of room to walk side by side. And whilst there's no yellow brick road, there seems to be only one path forward for now.
I'm just going to stick close to Paulie for now. Just say to Paulie, hey, Paulie, you know I don't do well in dark spaces. Can you lead me through, please?
Hold my hand.
Thanks.
I'm gonna actually no. I'm gonna like give him a wing to hold on to. You know.
I'm also going to I'll just pop a dancing light, like one of my dancing lights. How far away can I have it? 60. I can have it 120 feet away. I'm going to place one that's just like 120 feet, or not even 120 feet away from me. Just a little bit out in front of me.
So that's behind you. So you've just come from... you're headed east.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to put one out in front of me, far enough away that like it doesn't give off any light on us. Mm-hmm. So no one can see us. They just see like a little orb floating if anyone's up ahead. And I'll continue moving.
Cool. Winfred, give me a perception check, please.
Can I use my nose?
Absolutely.
Cool. There we go. Just rolled one of those.
Yeah, so now that you're through the sort of mushroom forest, you sniff again, and you seem to pick up the trail of the hat.
You see Winfred sort of like points his nose in a particular direction and just goes, I smell it! Point!
And as Winfred yells out, point, one of my dancing lights will just hover over next to him so I can see where he's pointing. so everyone can see where he's pointing.
Cool. So you continue through, or Winfred sort of points east, and it takes a while, but you're sort of walking around, continuing along through this tunnel. If you remember, sort of at its narrowest, it becomes sort of wider and more narrow as it goes along, and sometimes gets a bit cramped. You have to kind of squeeze through a little bit. The tunnel walls itself, the strata of the rocks seems to be in sort of this complex spiral pattern that seem to sort of never seem to kind of repeat or have any rhyme or reason to them. You can also kind of hear the dripping of water off stalactites and hear water sort of, or you can occasionally see sort of wetness on the sides of the wall. And of course, small mushrooms and things like that growing out of many of the walls themselves. Roll me another d20, whoever's in front.
I think Sorn is...
Yeah, that'll be me because I have the best dark vision out of everyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's better. That's a 17. Unless it's one of those tables that just lives to fuck me. 17 could be really bad.
Would I have one of those in my...
All right, you know what? I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Please don't get one.
Would I ever try and do
he
something
does.
like that?
It's called a wild magic table. It can fuck with any one of us. Don't. It's like Wu-Tang Clan. Don't fuck with wild magic.
Wild magic ain't nothing to fuck with.
It really isn't.
Where is...
Don't get me wrong. I love playing a wild magic barbarian, but sometimes I have mad regrets about what the character I chose.
Yeah. So you hear something up ahead. You sort of hear two different voices arguing with each other in Undercommon.
Do I recognize the sound of any of these voices to be that Darrow? Because I did hear him yelling as he ran past me.
No, this sounds more like... in fact, you hear sort of multiple voices arguing, and you hear yeah, you hear sort of this screaming, like What? What are we doing here? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Why are you sitting there, man? Come on, let's go. Why are you yelling? Stop yelling. You can't be yelling at him like this. He's not going to get up if you yell. And these sort of two voices are just yelling at each other back and forth. And as you make your way deeper and deeper into this through this cave, you can kind of hear it's getting louder and louder.
Sounds like an average day of work for me.
Yep. I'll continue my merry way down to see what the hell this dude's yelling about.
All he shall follow.
Yeah. Eventually, you kind of sneaking your way through, listening, or you don't even have to listen that hard. You're obviously kind of hearing them go nuts at each other. Eventually, you see these 4 figures, each with 2 heads. Each of them, one head is just screaming, and they're kind of screaming at each other. The 4 figures, though, are kind of just like sat there, almost morose. Not upset, not angry at all. It's just sort of this second head on each of them that seems to be screaming at each other, and they look like this, but with 2 heads.
Yeah. So would this look like the the guy that was like kind of mentally fucked that we kicked the shit out of earlier? Do they look similar to him?
Similar, but not as big. So if you remember, that was a giant. These guys are sort of just your regular kind of height.
Okay. I'll continue making my way ahead, and I'll also spin this, like just leave the lights either side, and I will continue on.
Yeah.
Just so I'm leaving the lights so that they can, like, my party members can obviously still see where we're going a bit better. But I will continue down with my superior dark vision and my bonus to stealth right now.
Sure.
And just keep making my way along and try and get a better look at what's actually going on up here.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Where is it? That would be with advantage because of my Piwafawi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a nat 1 and a nat 20 at the same time.
Oh dear.
So that's a nat 20.
Okay. Luckily, you've got a Huawei.
Yeah, that could have been really bad.
The odds of that are like
Nothing. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
yeah. Fucking good thing you had advantage and not disadvantage on that.
Yeah, I would have been.
He's cool.
Well, it's just a cloak of elven kind.
Yeah.
One of the creatures seems to turn its head, its like non-screaming head, over in your direction, and you could swear that it's looking at you, Sorn. But then it goes back to like looking down and looking morose. Like it obviously heard something, but it kind of looks for a little while. You freeze, and it doesn't seem to see you, and then it just goes back to like it's got a sort of big club. It seems to be maybe drawing on the ground or just kind of scratching at the earth.
All right, I want to just sort of like bring. So I'm assuming where I am in the cave, are they around this bend?
Yes, you've headed sort of past the bend, and there seems to be sort of another intersection up ahead. Let's move everyone with you a little bit.
This is bugging me how slowly this is going. I'm just going to quickly restart my computer and then I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yep. Because I'm just trying to like figure out. I want to move my lights around a bit. I can have them just a little bit back so like you can't see the light, and then I'll tell everyone that there seems to be some 2-headed dum-dums up ahead.
Yeah. From your positioning, you can see that these creatures don't appear to have eyes. When the one like kind of looked up at you, it doesn't seem to have eyes in its sockets.
It can either be really good or really bad. I'll tell the party. They don't seem to have eyes, but that would mean that they can hear very well. From like, someone would know of creatures that just don't have a need for eyes because they live in the Underdark. Would you not?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So I'll just tell everyone with my knowledge of the Underdark that creatures that have evolved beyond the need for eyes generally have very good hearing. So maybe we hold back a little bit. I'm just going to continue making my way up and see if I can find us a
so
way.
Paulie heard you say that they have great hearing, correct?
Yes.
Oi, you two! What are you arguing about?
There are 4 of them.
What are you arguing about, you 4?
The 4 of them, so all 8 heads turn in your direction. And there's sort of like and they start kind of marching, like they sort of stand up, the screaming heads still screaming at each other. Who said that? Reveal yourselves, bring them closer, bring them to the lords, flay their minds, burn their bodies, crush their bones to dust.
Well, I'm sorry, I've missed D&D. I wanted to get into a fight.
Yeah, no. There's a really good thing in chat from Josh right now. Timmy is just going for the prediction. He really wants the points.
Yeah.
He's trying to kill me, but the thing that he doesn't remember is I rolled a 20 on my stealth, and they can't see.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine. That's fine.
So
That's
I'm-
okay. No, I'm just
invisible.
enjoying. I just want to get in a fight. In all
Yeah,
honesty.
we'll fuck them up. That's fine. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So they, the 4 of them start making their way over to you. Sorn, you've, it looks like from what I can see on the screen there, you've kind of ducked back around behind the corner.
Yeah, I'm like ducked behind some rocks.
Yep.
So I'm assuming along the side of the cave there would still be like boulders that have fallen off the roof and stuff.
Sure.
I'm sort of just like ducked behind one of those, trying to make myself not visible to anything.
Yeah.
Lost to Jacob.
And
Yeah, he's just restarting his computer.
Okay.
Timmy, you said that you're yelling. Are you still just hanging out in the front?
Oh, I'm straight up just walking, like going like, it's like, what are you yelling about? There's no need to be yelling like this in this time. All right. We're having a nice casual stroll, and you're just ruining the serenity of this beautiful fungus cave.
And they're coming closer and sort of you can see the sort of more silent heads kind of turning their heads, like listening for you, whilst the ones that are screaming are just kind of almost either screaming at each other or screaming at the other head. Grab him, grab them, turn them into dust, feast on their bones, sacrifice them to the tentacle lords.
Can I try and persuade the loud ones to shut the fuck up?
You can try.
20.
That's a fucking good roll.
Like just go and go like shh, like my best like librarian impression.
Yeah,
All right, let's try this again.
There's a moment in which that they are with that incredible roll, you convince them to be quiet for a moment, but then the heads go back to going. It knows words. Its brain, it's juicy. It must undergo the sweet sacrament. You there, creature of the surface. How would you like to join the holy sacrament? Holy sacrament! Join the sacrament. Oh man, Zoom just asked if I'm playing music.
Do you have a pamphlet on this holy sacrament?
Yeah, so they're like moving closer and closer.
Do they have a pamphlet on the holy sacrament?
They're just sort of yelling, "Join the holy sacrament." They don't seem to respond. Maybe they don't know what pamphlets are, seeing as they're blind.
That's fair enough. Okay.
They've never seen a pamphlet. They've never seen shit.
Yeah.
As they're moving closer, I'll just keep like sticking to the shadows around the wall.
Yeah.
I want to like try and skirt around so that if they come into the opening in front of Paulie, I would be sort of behind them.
Sure.
Oh, actually, you know what? All right. I still have one shot of my pistol left, and I'm just going to go blah, blah, blah.
Your pistol got stolen.
Oh, that's right. Damn it. I keep forgetting the pistol got stolen. I still haven't gotten
That's why we're
use it.
here. We're trying to get it back.
All right, you know what? That's literally what Paulie's going to do. He's going to like go for his pistol. Oh, his like his boomkree.
Yeah, because you have the Oh no, you don't have the holster.
The holster's gone as well.
You don't have the holster. Yeah, well, it was never his. The holster. Yeah,
No, it was never his. No, the guy started on him. And then I'm just gonna like pat myself down and like, oh, this is bullshit. I'm gonna pull out Talon and a dagger, and then just like like you getting in my bloody way, and then I'm just gonna try to slash at one of them.
Cool. Well, roll initiative because they are not surprised.
At all.
Yeah, no, of course. 18.
23 initiative.
Good
That's
job,
another
mate.
nat 20.
Good job.
Oh, mate,
I
hacks.
ain't dying.
Just all the hacking.
I got a 16.
That's still a pretty good initiative roll for us. On average, we've got some good initiative rolls this round.
What's my status effect at the moment? I can still see it at the top of my little thing.
I don't know, some sort of protection, some sort of shield. I'll take it off here.
I don't remember what that is, unless it's still from the fight with with Winfred and stuff from the wild magic.
Oh, might have been.
Right, I'm gonna use my. Would it be fair to say I can still use that amazing stealth roll that I got to just move across the cabin? I'm not gonna make any attacks this round. I just want to move across the cabin and then hold an action.
Yeah. Actually, no, you're gonna have to give me another stealth roll though.
Okay, I'll move to here. I'm trying to be stealthy.
Yep.
That's another pull off we roll. That is a 14 on stealth, so
14.
probably heard me.
Let's have a look. They seem to be fully fixated on the bird creature.
Okay, and then I'm going to just hold I'm gonna hold my hand at the ready to cast a firebolt. But I'm going to wait until the back two make their way closer to Polly as well.
Cool.
And just stay low.
All right, one of them starts charging in at you, Paulie. Kind of runs over to you and sort of gets beside you, but it has to use this whole action to kind of dash up to you as they all start moving very quickly as soon as you sort of draw that sword. The other one's going to run up to you and try and hit you with his spiked bone club. That's a 17 to hit.
2-minute hits.
You take 4 bludgeoning damage and 3 piercing damage as this sort of big club smacks into your frail little bird bones.
I will uncanny dodge that.
Okay.
So it'd be 3 damage in total.
Yeah. And then it's your turn.
Perfect. I am going to stab the first one who is out of breath a bit. You know what I mean? He's trying to get up the whole way to me. He couldn't attack me, but that's his bloody fault. And where are we? Actions. 10.
Ooh.
12.
12 will hit.
Perfect.
12 will hit.
Yeah,
This is gonna be.
I'm gonna re-roll that piercing damage. That was terrible. Oh fucking yeah! That is so 7 plus. 1 second. I'm terrible at math. 13. So 13 piercing damage, and then top of that 20. Oh, I'm so bad at math. 21 damage in total.
Okay.
21 damage in total. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to attack the other one with a dagger.
So more than enough. You. How do you want to do this?
Oh, cool. Hell yeah. Just as he's out of.
Do you don't get sneak attack, do you?
I do.
No.
Do I not?
No.
He wasn't engaged with anyone else.
But your sneak attack specifically is they have to be on their own.
1 second. Let me look. Where are we? Oh, I can't. Sorry, it's been a bit.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. I'm just pretty sure your swashbuckleriness specifically is either they have to be standing next to an ally of yours or they have to be on their own. Or else you just get sneak attack all the time.
I'm pretty sure I just get sweat sneak attack. I'm just trying to find it. Sorry, 1 second.
That's right.
Rakish ability. Don't need advantage on the attack roll to use your sneak attack against a creature if you were within 5 feet of it. No other creatures are within 5 feet of you, so that's yeah, correct. And you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. So yeah, because other creatures involved, no.
Correct. All right, cool. So that's 6 damage, not enough to kill it.
No. It was still more than that because I re-rolled that piercing damage, so that is 13 damage.
13 is still enough. Sorry, my bad. How do you want to do this? You still have sneak attack up your sleeve then as well.
I'm just gonna put it right into the loudmouth face, just right in through there.
You thrust forward with the scimitar, and it seems to turn into a rapier in your very hand, and you just drive through this guy. You hear the clink of your blade on the sort of stone pillar behind him, as he kind of looks down at it. The two mouths, the one that was screaming, stop screaming for a moment. They both look down, and they're just like, oh, and then he kind of slumps onto the ground.
Perfect. And then I'm gonna just attack with the a dagger. On the other one.
This you will have sneak attack for then.
Yeah. 26. 26 hits, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
It's just polite to ask.
It is. Can be.
17 damage.
All right. How do you backhand this one?
Once again, I'm just aiming for the loudmouth. Like, I wanted, I'm muttering, going, just wanted to enjoy a leisurely stroll through this fungus forest, and then just slit his throat.
Yeah, perfect. You sort of disembowel one, slit another one's throat. You hear the hissing of wind as the screaming one tries to scream with its throat slit open, and then it slumps over to the ground and falls down. There are 2 more of these things, and the screams from 2 of the heads have turned from sort of grab him to run. Winfred. Oh, sorry, Paulie. Did you want to move or do anything?
Yeah. I will actually move up. If I would have heard them saying, run! Yeah, I'm gonna
in Undercommon though, so you're hearing something. It does certainly sound like fear, but it's not in a language you understand.
Cool. I'm just gonna go up to there, and yes, that's it.
Did you just run past one?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh, I did. You're right. I did run past.
Are you gonna cop a paddling?
I feel like it's only fair.
All right. It's 17 to hit.
17 hits.
9 damage total. So
Ow.
6 bludgeoning, 3 piercing.
Owie.
Do I have a line of sight on the one that just attacked?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, I'll since he's attacked Paulie and I've seen him attack Paulie, I'll let my action go now and
cool.
Hit that one with the firebolt.
Yeah. I'll give you advantage on that attack because you are hidden.
Okay. Let's just go one more. Yeah, I'll take the 16 to hit for 13 damage.
Cool. And so, how do you want to do this?
I just blast him into the side of one of his heads, so it headbutts the other one, and just send them into the wall, ragdoll them into the wall of the cave.
Yeah, so he goes flying back into the wall of the cave. So the small fire erupts onto his chest hairs, and just sort of burns out around him as he collapses onto the ground. The screaming mouth finally falls silent, and there's only one screaming head left and one quiet head that is still alive. And we go to Winfred's turn.
So my browser is playing up, so I'm actually going to be watching over Dan's Twitch stream.
Lovely.
But how far is the distance between me, where I am, and that one that's in front of Paulie?
You get to him with 40 feet of movement.
What do we got? Exactly 40 feet of movement. Yeah, I'm going to charge toward him, and I want to hit him like a fucking freight train. Imagine Paulie standing right in front of me, and I just want to run past this guy and tackle him into the wall beside me. And you just hear Winfred and tackle him over. So the first attack that I want to make is going to be unarmed because I effectively just want to tackle him.
Sure. Do you want to make it a shove? Do you want to make it a grapple, or do you just want to make it an unarmed strike with the claws?
I'm going to call it a grapple.
Yep.
I'm going to like dig my claws into him, and I'm going to, like get the hands in there.
Cool. All right. So just got to roll me a. I guess you can't roll, but it's.
No, I can roll. I can still do D&D Beyond, but for some reason the Forge is okay. Just playing up for me. So
yeah, it is pretty intensive with these maps and stuff. There's lots to download.
I'm not sure what's going on with it. I've never had a problem like this before. So
give me a strength athletics check, please.
Strength athletics check. Done.
It's essentially going to be a contest here. These things are pretty strong, but you easily overpower this thing and grapple him, preventing him from going anywhere. His
fucking right, I do. And I'm gonna roll to attack.
All right.
So this is my first one. So this is the unarmed strike, and then my secondary strike is going to be with my warhammer.
Okay. Typically, your grapple would be one of your attacks, but that's fine.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Cool. So that's a dirty 20 for my.
That's definitely gonna hit.
Attack roll. Fantastic. I'll just roll for damage on that one.
You come up at him with a big old bear hug, sort of squeezing the life out of him with your claws, digging into his grey skin.
And then with my secondary attack, I want to as he's been pushed back and stumbled over, I'm just gonna get my hammer and crack him over the head.
Yeah.
With one.
So as soon as you let him go, he kind of stumbles back a little bit, and the hammer comes out. You bring it down.
And attack roll. Come on. 15?
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Fuck yeah. Alright, let's roll damages. If it wants to roll damages. No?
Yeah.
10 for one-handed, 6 for two-handed.
Either way, that's good. So I assume it was two-handed, as it typically is, unless you're telling me otherwise. And you bring that hammer down, crack him in the side of the skull, and he just sort of collapses. Or which head do you aim for? The one that's screaming or the silent one?
Am I able to aim in the middle?
Bring it down in the middle, so cracking between the two necks, and they kind of split outwards even more. A sickening crunch sort of fills the chamber, and he collapses and goes down.
Yeah. And then I just turn around to Paulie and be like, that's how you deal with Hydra, Paulie, is you gotta hit him in the middle.
Okay. All right.
See, there's a bunch of these Hydra heads everywhere.
That was the last one, right? Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go back and stab the other two, just right in between the necks, like this.
Like that, yeah.
I'll come out from the shadows and just say, or light them on fire. Fire seems to do the trick too. Cauterize the wound, so to speak. And I will. We've still got Rumperdump with us, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's hiding somewhere.
Yeah, he comes out after you sort of snuck off away from him. He sort of just stayed where he was, and when he hears the commotion end, you see him waddling up out of the shadows. He runs over to you, Sorn, and kind of holds your hand, and then he sort of puts his arms up to you like a toddler, who wants to be lifted up.
I'll pick him up and sort of put him under my cloak.
Yeah.
So he can sort of hang on to me.
He go under your cloak, but then you feel him crawl around you and crawls, and then ends up sort of folding himself up and sitting on your head like a little mushroom hat.
All right, works for me. If he's small enough, he's still underneath my hood. So we're okay. And I will just think to him, what were they?
Grimlock's servants of an old one. And then as you get that mental image or of, ancient one, old one, floating out of the chamber ahead, you see a figure with a sort of bald purple head and many tentacle protrusions coming from their where their mouth should be.
Yep, I was worried about that.
And you hear a voice in your head, all of you do. Those were my servants. They were not yours to kill. You must replace them now.
Paulie's just gonna scream, "Fuck off, you creepy voice!" And then just just try to stab the air.
Sorry, Paulie is just Korg from.
Be soft, goose.
Yeah, that one.
I just don't think Paulie's a big fan of things in his brain.
Yeah.
So in general, he's just gonna scream at anything that yells at him in his brain.
Winfred turns around very confused and be like, "You don't sound like the narrator. Who the fuck are you?"
You killed 4 of my slaves. You will have to replace them now. The brain demands it. You have soft fingers and soft, what are they called, feathers? The rest of you, the big one has claws, no good. It would scratch the brain. Need someone with dexterous hands to massage the brain. That's right, to knead it.
I can massage the brain with this, and then I'm gonna just dangle talon in front of him.
Yeah. As you go to leap forward, or as you dangle the sword, the creature in front of you, the Mind Flayer, says, "Your proposal is acceptable," and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please, Paulie.
Yeah, I'll take up. So run to my computer.
Oh, I just noticed that Winfred's picture is still sitting in front of my pretty face.
Oh, sorry, I put it up there while you were.
Oh, thank you. No, that's all right. I'm done now.
There's no reason.
Now that he's done stuff in your face.
All you can do is, oh god, no. Me and wisdom saves, just never good.
Yeah. So, if anyone's surprised, Paulie, you are now charmed.
Yeah.
You have a telepathic link with this creature. As long as the two of you are on the same plane of existence, you can use this telepathic link to issue commands to the creature while you are conscious. So you hear a voice. This is your old friend. This is your greatest friend. This is the Pirate King himself, as far as you're concerned. And he says,
I always knew he'd have tentacles.
These other two are useless.
It's like Davy Jones.
These other two are this command just comes to you. These other two are superfluous. You are worth 4 slaves. You will do.
Okay.
But you must get rid of them.
Immediately attack Thorn.
Okay. We go to... It's not... So you've heard this command. Sorn, you haven't. But it's your turn in the initiative.
Yeah. Jesus. Okay.
How does Dylan play this? Because Dylan doesn't know.
Yeah. What can I currently do to react to seeing a Mind Flayer?
Yeah, it's floating there, sort of just a few inches off the ground. Sorn, you're probably pretty familiar with these creatures.
Yeah. As I see a Mind Flayer, I will... Oh, fuck. I would back up upon... I would know that Mind Flayers aren't necessarily a good thing, but there's no point to really hiding from them, because they can just detect you anyway, sort of thing, because they're all psionic shit. So I'd back up and just let go a firebolt directly at it.
Cool.
Not even bother talking, just because Sorn does not like them. That is a 10 to hit, so that is not good.
Not enough, I'm afraid. So, Sorn, you kind of back up a little bit to get in line with Winfred and with your other companions. You feel the mushroom hat on your head kind of quivering a little bit, and you let loose this firebolt. It seems to sort of hit the Mind Flayer, but it's kind of reflected. There seems to be some kind of, it appears to have its own kind of magical shield, perhaps. It is able to kind of deflect a firebolt of that low nature. Even you felt it wasn't that strong coming out.
Yeah. And then back up, throw it, and I'll just yell to my party, to my friends, don't engage with it. It can only go badly. Like, don't engage in conversation.
All right. Paulie, do you want to describe to me what you do?
Hearing don't engage with it and be like, you're right, you shouldn't engage with me, and then I'm just going to attack him.
Perfect.
We got one. Boop.
He really wants them points.
25? Does that hit your AC?
Yeah, that hits my AC.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I'm just gonna kill you.
24?
Fucking hell. Yeah, okay. Oh, Jesus. When that happens, I'm just gonna yell like, Paulie, what are you doing?
And then, with this charm, so I would still remember that I know these people, or?
Yeah. But you've just got everything this guy says. This guy's a way better friend than these guys.
Okay, right, yeah. It's like, why did you throw a fireball at my friend? And then I'll attack with a dagger as well. 20.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 8 damage.
Yep.
32. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, fucking oath it is.
Winfred.
I will do what Paulie does best.
Just
And I'll
fly
smoke
away.
back. Yeah. I'll basically go next to the Mind Flayer.
Sure.
Okay.
I go behind him.
I need some context to where we're at on my turn. So would I know that Paulie's already attacked Sword, so I've seen this happen.
Yes.
And I also heard the Mind Flayer as well.
You heard it speak in your mind, but you didn't hear it give a command to Paulie.
Okay.
But Paulie seems to have swooped back to it and, is kind of fawning over this squid creature.
Okay.
Acting somewhat un-Paulie-like, I guess.
I just want to know if Winfred would know by being charmed in the past by the Demogorgon, if Winfred would know whether or not Paulie has been charmed now.
Excellent question. Give me an insight check. While I... actually, there's a thing that I had that I was like, make sure you don't forget, and I completely forgot. As you hit with the dagger, Paulie, the Myconid hat that's sitting on Sorn's head releases a puff of spores. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Running back to the...
Sorry, I know you're getting ready to go to work and stuff.
That's okay. That's fine. This is fun.
And that cardio in.
It's quite funny.
It's D&D 6.
Yeah. So you get a full whiff of these spores, and then you collapse to the ground, unable to move.
Yep, that's fair enough.
Now the tabletop isn't actually loading up, so I'm actually just going to have to do this either with the dice in front of me or
Sure.
on
I think
D&D Beyond.
if you exclamation mark I can't remember now if you.
No,
if set it up.
I can just roll it. That's fine, but it's
Sure.
just going to show. I got a 17 on my insight check.
Yeah, so you definitely reckon that Paulie has come under some kind of mind control charm, as you've experienced in the past. The effects of the spores, though, that have now hit him, he was sort of swooping away from you, Sorn, but he sort of flew through this cloud of spores from your Myconid hat, and he's sort of collapsed, unable to flap his wings, just on the ground. He's sort of barely getting his voice out, and he's like, "I must fly back.
Okay.
I'll get you."
I want to go into a rage, but it's basically going to look like this. Paulie's obviously been charmed and is now on the ground.
He appears to be stunned.
He appears to be stunned, yeah. I look at Paulie, who's obviously charmed, and I hate it when people get charmed now, because Winfred obviously does not have a very great experience about being charmed. So Winfred goes into a rage. I can't actually access my wild magic table at the moment because it's actually on the tabletop.
Sure. I can
would
get
you
it
mind?
there. Yeah. So the Winfred Wild Rage Surge.
Yes.
Do you want to roll the dice, or do you want me to just roll the dice?
Just roll it because it'll come up in the thing.
Yep. Okay. So 4, which is force.
Cool.
Describe that to me.
I need to read the thing when it comes up. Hang on. I'm watching it in your stream.
Sure. So your weapon becomes light and thrown.
Oh,
I believe
yes,
is the main
this
thing.
one. Okay, cool. All right, I can see it now. So I say, "No one charms my friend," and then, like, not knowing that I've actually gone into a rage, I throw my hammer and watch it just fly out of my hand. And I want to aim for the Mind Flayer's head.
Mhm.
So I'm going to make an attack roll.
Yep.
I got a 27.
Absolutely.
So that's actually a natural 20 because I got a
Oh,
plus
yeah.
7 to my. So I'm gonna roll for damages on that one. So I got two-handed, which is 14, or one-handed. I'm just gonna say that all my thrown ones with force are all one-handed because you don't really throw with two hands unless you're like
you
axe
can
throwing.
Oh, you
hammer
can,
throw
you can.
though, like a
You can.
hammer throw in the
Yeah,
Olympics.
Absolutely, you can do.
I'll allow it.
Okay,
For sure.
all right. Okay, so two-handed damage for that one does 14 damage plus the critical two-handed damage is just 1, which is a total of 15. And I also get I don't know what the bonus for rolling a critical during my rages for force.
Oh.
It's basically just like
But we did establish that your Warhammer does extra damage on a crit, doesn't it?
Yes, it
yeah,
does.
yeah, no, like what we established was that there is an elemental effect when I roll a 19 or 20, but
we were going to change it depending on the form, and we never established it. So if
we
you
never
can,
really established it.
if
But
you can come up with something now, I will.
well, basically,
sort of
what I
play.
want to do, basically all I want to do is break this mind player's concentration over Paulie.
Sure.
So like all I want to do is aim for this mind player's head, and I just want to hit him as hard as I fucking can.
Yeah.
So I basically just like you yeet this hammer into this mind player's head, and I want to break his concentration.
Yeah, so you spin around and let the hammer fly, and it just sort of cracks into this cephalopod face, and his head rocks back, and Paulie, you are no longer dominated by this purplish fiend.
But my inspiration points.
You are, however, still stunned on the ground from
That's fair.
from the stuff you inhaled.
That's what you get for attacking me. My mushrooms look out for me.
Mushroom pals.
And I want to do something kind of funny because, like, in the description for the force thing,
Wait, how much health do you have, Sorn?
Some?
yeah,
No, I'm just curious.
I can't tell you.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So in the description for force damage, it says that it just appears in my hand again. It doesn't return to my hand. But
It's up to
basically,
you.
what I want to happen is I want the hammer to sort of like turn around, like mid-flight, and hit the
Hit him on
mind
the way
flayer
back?
in the back of the head on the way past.
Yeah, give
And
me
I wanna-
another
and
attack
I wanna
roll.
roll for that again.
Yeah, 100%.
Alright.
We're here for it.
We're here for it. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So the roll is a 16.
16 will hit.
16 will hit. Fantastic. I'll roll for damages now, and two-handed damage is 10.
Cool.
So I want this cephalopod to like get his shit rocked, have his head knocked backwards, him just like gain composure again, and then the hammer comes back and hits him in the back of the head, and returns to my hand.
So the first one, sort of, he cracked his head back and he was sort of looking at the ceiling, like, what the fuck? And you kind of you see Paulie still stunned on the ground, but, you know, instead of going like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Sawn, he's like, hey, Sawn, help me up. He's like, hey, Sawn, you look pretty bad. And then, you know,
Thanks.
The cephalopod man, Squidface, is sort of raising his hand to you, Winfred, and then he just gets cracked in the back of the... well, he doesn't have a skull. Cracked in the back of the squishy bits. And you see his levitation sort of almost stop for a moment as he sort of, like, falls forward onto the ground, but kind of stops himself just before he falls over and slowly rights himself back up.
I want to use my movement to get a little closer to him.
Sure.
I can't measure how far that is, but it looks about 40 feet.
Yeah, easy.
And I want to move like right in front of him, and I want to catch my hammer on the way past, on the way to him. And I can't really do much with my bonus action enforced, so I'd like all I'm going to do is ready for another attack on my next turn. So if that means anything,
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, cool. All right, it is the Mind Flayer's turn. He's not looking happy about what you've just put him through, Winfred. And as you sort of run up to him, he sort of flies forward at you, tentacles sort of squiggling around, and they start to wrap themselves and attempt to wrap themselves around your face.
Around my face?
Yeah.
Gross.
But you easily dodge out of the way. Perhaps because you're with your hammer, you know, you're almost like lightning quick. You're a bit lighter on your feet than normal, and you're able to kind of easily dodge out of the way as he almost sort of flies right by you.
Wait.
Sawn.
All right, well, immediately I'm going to look down at Paulie and just shake my head. How does this always happen to you?
I got a thin skull and I got a bird brain.
That is fair enough. I am going to drink a potion of greater healing. So that is a 4d4 plus 4.
Cool.
So that is 13 hit points added back. Add that, and then with my bonus action, I am going to healing word myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, that I think I had something that I could fix that with. Where is it? It was empowered healing. Whenever you or an ally rolls dice, you can spend. Oh, I don't have any. All right, so that's another 5 hit points back. I'll take that, and then I am going to move back and over to here, and just I'm keeping an eye on this mind flayer, and I'll that's about it. That's all I can do.
Cool.
And I will be right back.
All right, Paulie. You are stunned and paralyzed on the ground. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Okay.
Ah, cool. At the end of your turn, you're no longer stunned.
Perfect.
So you're able to sort of speak more clearly again. You obviously have full control of your senses. Do you give any indication to your allies, or what do you do?
Oh, I'm just gonna say sorry, sword. You know, I didn't know what was happening there. You just, you know, looked really cool. You didn't.
Someone's gonna yell back, "Fuck you, Paulie."
All right, Winfred.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep attacking this fucking mind flayer. I want to does anyone remember the opening scene of Thor Ragnarok where he's fighting Surtur? And he's like throwing a hammer, like he's throwing fucking jabs and shit. I'm basically just gonna do that. I'm gonna throw my hammer at him, and then catch it, and then I'm just gonna throw it again, and like do a little spin and just like use the momentum of the spin to hit him in the side of the head.
Yeah, nice.
Like a fucking left cross.
Right.
So I'm just gonna roll both of my attack rolls.
Yep. Now, are you doing any of your special? You know, you've got that. You don't have to, but it's been a while since you've played. Just remember you have that, you have Reckless Attack, you also have that other thing that you can do where it's like -10, +10 or whatever, right?
Well, speaking of special things, I actually just rolled a 19, which will activate Wild Fury's magical attack.
Yeah.
But I don't really have anything to interrupt, like any concentration or something to interrupt. So like, can I roll like an extra fucking D4 of force damage or something like that? Or...
I'll let you roll another D8 of force damage for sure. So make it like 2, because it's your first time you roll a 19 during the day. You get a crit, right? I think we established.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
so it's like the Great Weapon Fighter or the fighter feat, but it's just like once. So you get to roll 2d8. 2d10.
Oh, sorry. That's not a natural 19. That's a 12 plus 7. So 19.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah,
sorry, no, that's my bad because it just showed up with 19 on my screen. So I'm just trying to roll damages for that one. That's my bad.
Cool. You got us all excited.
Cool. So that's 13 for the first hit.
Just giving us blue balls. 13 will not hit.
No, as in like 13 damage.
Oh, yes, of course.
The 19 was the attack roll.
Gotcha. Cool, yeah. So 13 damage. This Mind Flayer is not looking amazing.
What I want to do is I want to like swing Wild Fury in a big circle, and then with my second one, I want to like uppercut him under his tentacly dick chin.
Yeah.
That's a 10. Don't think that's hits.
10 is not going to cover it, I'm afraid. And his eyes go wide as you sort of miss that attack. Is there anything else you want to do?
I want to use my bonus action, really, but I can't really do that because it's force. It doesn't have a bonus action. It's just my thing's thrown. So
yeah.
So I suppose like I sort of like throw my hammer up in the air, and then he starts looking at me, and then I catch it, and I'm like, uh-oh.
And his eyes sort of open and flash purple, and you hear sort of what almost sounds like a loud thrum, a deep bassy note through your brain. And I need all three of you to make intelligence saving throws, please.
Isn't gonna go well.
Intelligence saving throws.
This ain't going well for any of us.
I have a negative to intelligence, so...
I actually got +5. I shouldn't say that. 14.
I got 14 as well.
I got a 17.
Okay, Sorn, you get to take half damage. Oh wait, no, you take no damage. Everyone else takes 26 psychic damage and are stunned.
Ouch.
I am so glad.
I take 26
I am
damage.
down.
Correct. Yeah. So a creature can repeat the same. Yeah. There's nothing. You get nothing. No damage for a success, Sorn, because you beat a 15.
Shit.
The Mind Flayer, though, like seeing Winfred and stuff like stop moving, sort of looks over, or you hear in your brain, and two of you are unable to respond. You hear it say in your mind, "This is not over. You will still be my slaves one day." And he starts to kind of float away up the corridor. away from you, Sorn.
I've got 30 feet, so that would be 10, 20, 30. Can I get... Yep, I can get an angle on him.
Sure.
And as he's running away...
Floating away.
Floating away. What do I have that I can do damage with at the moment at this range? How far away is he? 40 feet. Yep. Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna firebolt him again. Trying to shoot him right in the fucking ass.
Right up the cloaca.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well. That was a nat 1.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So you're still perhaps like still a bit rocked. Like you didn't take any. Your brain is still kind of rocked from this psychic thrum that you felt, and whilst you were strong enough to fight it off, you're still maybe a bit off balance as you run forward and let loose another firebolt at this thing. But it goes wide and cracks into the stone walls.
Yeah. All right. Well, as he's floating away now, I will make my way. I'm assuming, are we out of initiative now?
Depends what
leaving?
everyone else is doing. So that was your turn, Paulie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're unconscious. So give me a blind death saving throw, please.
Okay, 1 second. Sorry, I'll just make sure I can pop this. What do I? Oh, yeah, that's right. Roll D20. It's been a while. I don't even know.
That's right. I do though. And now give me a intelligence saving throw to kind of overcome the mind blast you just received. Yeah. So, actually, yeah. I guess your mind just shut off. You just did a quick reboot, but the power's not coming back on yet. Winfred, can you give me a intelligence saving throw, please?
Yeah, I can. Can't guarantee it's going to go well, but come on, do the thing.
Yeah, you got a 9 on the first one.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, it's working again. Okay, cool.
So you're still stunned there. You know, a bit of drool coming out the muzzle. Winfred sort of just, you sit back on your haunches, just unable to think or process. The Mind Flayer keeps floating up the corridor. Sorn, what do you do?
I'm going to, if the Mind Flayer doesn't, would I perceive him to be a problem anymore, or would I think he's just leaving?
He appears to be fleeing. He spends his entire turn kind of floating away.
All right, I'll use all of my movement to get back to Paulie, and just use my last first level spell slot to help the idiot that attacked me.
You're a good man.
What? So you kind of reach down.
You get 5 points of healing.
Whisper some words to, is it Talos?
Yes.
And Paulie, you come awake. Is there any kind of response from you?
Cobras! I just have a nightmare. I'll wake up and then thank Sorn.
I will, as I'm casting it, I'll be like, Stormlord, give me strength. And then when I notice that he's woken up from a nightmare, I will slap him. And then make my way... Oh, wait, no, we're still in initiative. I'll slap him and just say, we've really got to stop you getting charmed all the time.
Over the next... Winfred, I think with your incredibly poor intelligence, it probably takes you the full amount of time to overcome the Mind Flayer's Mind Blast. So for the next sort of full minute, Winfred's just standing there. The glow of the light of the Force Rage eventually kind of drains away from him, and he's still just sort of standing there, staring forward. The hammer kind of limp at his side. Winfred often gets blank-minded, but is there anything particular he does when he's, sort of in this kind of state, Jacob?
Run that by me again, sorry. I just had some troubles with my connection.
So he is there any? Can you describe to me anything else? Like what does Winfred look like when he's of this like blank mind? Bearing in mind, I assume he's kind of blank minded a lot, right?
I was going to say, he probably looks like normal. He doesn't have a lot going on up there. So
I can imagine Winfred holding two cymbals in his own head, just clanging them together.
yeah. It looks like that. No, it looks like what Winfred looks like right now is how he looks at steak.
Yeah. Yeah, we
just
do
like mouth slightly ajar, kind of drooling a little bit, like blank staring into thin space.
Yeah. We zoom into Winfred's head, and Winfred's cranking a some sort of musical instrument or playing an accordion,
like a hurdy-gurdy.
and then dancing next to him is a Myconid with a little tutu. So it's like a reversal on the dancing bear thing. But yeah, cool. So you've survived my Mind Flayer puzzle. Congratulations.
Survived in quotation marks.
And ahead of you is, or where you are at the moment, obviously you're still at this intersection of these tunnels.
Okay. Well, I would suggest having a short rest.
I would suggest a long rest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have no spell slots left. But it depends on everyone. Oh, wait, no, that's a lie. I have a spell slot left.
I mean, look, I don't mind. Like, I just need to sleep. I could literally have a short rest and then watch you guys sleep if you need to, or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't need to have a full rest.
I need 4 hours.
You need
'Cause
4
I'm
hours.
technically an elf.
Is that a thing,
So-
really?
Yeah, elves meditate for 4 hours and get the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, that's cool.
How many hit dice do you all have left?
I've got full amounts as far as I know.
I'm assuming you have not taken a short rest, so it's only probably been you've only probably been down here a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's not my fault you don't know how to.
I'm actually not sure how many dice I've got left.
I've got
Alright, well, let's
6 of 6 left.
Yeah, I think you've all got 6 of 6 because it was a fresh day when you came down here,
Yeah.
and you've been down here for probably at most like an hour wandering around.
Look, I'm happy to take a long rest.
Let's
just
just do a
'cause,
4-hour rest then. If we
I'd
did...
get one of my rages back, and I'd get full hit points. So like,
Well, yeah, no,
You don't
Winfred
have-
needs the full 8 hours, and you would need a full 8 hours. I need a 4. So I can do 4
But-
hours.
So what you're going to have to do though, because it's not the end of the day, you'll wait the full end to the end of the day, and then you essentially get your rest in down here because you've just woken up. Like as tired as you are from battle, it's not like you can just wake up, go to the gym.
Let's just have a 4-hour
sleep.
rest.
I mean, like it sort of makes sense
let's have a
in game
lunch
that we
break.
sort of all got our minds kind of fucked with. Apart from Sorn. Sorn sort of came out all right. But I reckon me and Paulie, like I'll probably turn around to Paulie and be like, Paulie, I don't feel so good.
Yeah, let's just have a lie down. Like, let's not have a full 8 hours. Let's just have 4 hours. It's fine. You and I just need a short rest, though. That's it. That's all we
Okay.
need.
And then as soon as you say let's have a lie down, Winfred sort of just collapses and falls asleep. And I'm gonna take a long rest
All right. Well, yeah, cool.
because I got.
You want a long rest?
I got 6.
Well, that means
health left.
if you take a long rest, we are down here for
8 hours, dude.
23
We don't-
hours.
Pretty
we
much
don't need-
23.
Yeah.
Oh,
We just need
okay.
We just need 4 hours, Jacob.
All right.
We're not
fine.
spell
Not a-
slingers, man.
Yeah,
Short
I just,
rested.
You
I
just
need
need
to-
an hour, and you can take a short rest
We
for
need
an
an hour. We need an hour. Dylan.
Yeah,
Dylan
I
needs
need to
4.
meditate to get my spell slots back.
Yeah,
So I'm not
but
taking
Dylan's meditation is the equivalent of your sleep, but
Alright.
same rules apply that you can't just wake up, go to the gym, and then have a 4-hour meditation. Like your brain can't do it.
I mean, Winfred's been able to fall asleep on a whim.
Sure.
Let's take an hour. We'll take an hour.
All right, let's take a short rest.
Yeah. I mean, it's gamey and it's meta-y, but it's also to prevent you from just walking into a room, blowing everything you have, and going, all right, that's 8 hours, boys.
Yeah, okay. We call it a day, boys.
And if you want to do that, then I'm telling you that it will be tomorrow. So this guy will be 20 hours away from you that you're chasing after.
So with the hit die, if I'm taking 1 hour, I roll 1 hit die.
You roll as many as you like.
Well, I might roll 2 because I'm on pretty low health.
Wow. Just used 3. 3, and I got 10.
And you add your con bonus as well, right? You're doing all that?
That's right. No, sorry, I haven't
Or is
done
it,
that.
is it factoring that in? I think when you
It's
roll...
+1. Yeah, it's +1 anyway, so yeah, 10.
Cool.
Pathetic.
My short rest.
And, I mean, there are some things you guys... Or maybe you guys don't get stuff back on a short rest. You get sorcery points back? I keep forgetting you're not a warlock.
I might actually use more. That's alright.
Yeah, 35 hit points.
No, I don't get. I get fuck all back on a short rest. Really, I get my favored by the gods.
I'm gonna do 2 more.
I get a couple like little features and traits back, but I don't get any sorcery points. They're a long rest.
Yeah. Whereas I think your warlock gets like everything back on a short rest.
Yeah, a warlock gets literally everything back, and it's not
cool.
a problem.
I rolled a whole 12 at my D12 hit die.
Hells yeah.
I'll do it. There we go. It's a bit better. 12. Okay, cool. Okay, that's better. I'm okay with that.
So as you roll a d20 for me while you're taking this short rest. Someone roll it for me.
Boom.
I was gonna say, who has the best perception out of all of us?
Oh no.
Oh no, this was just a d20 to see if there's a random encounter.
Yeah, definitely was.
No. That's not.
Venom Chad.
Nice.
Venom
Yeah,
Chad.
it's Ember Chode.
Ember Chode.
That's what I mean. Venom Chad. He heard we were talking shit to another dragon. He's come to get his revenge.
That's
Well, he's
right.
not coming for you. He'll be going for Ymir.
That's true.
So you're able to
Likes
kind
our
of
favor.
camp down here. You pull out your trail rations. What does the conversation look like during that hour as you're kind of just hanging out? It sounds like Winfred's kind of doing the big snores, probably for the first, at least half of it. The 30-minute power nap saves lives. But what is the conversation? Yeah,
Just apologizing to Sorn. I mean,
give me some of that.
Really.
Give it to me in character. Give me the words.
Like,
What does Paulie
if you
say?
had some tendrils, mate, I reckon you'd do a lot better with the girls. Like, I mean, all the guys, I don't really know what your preference is, and I'm not here to judge at all. I'm just saying, like, if you had those big, meaty tendrils, you might just give it a bit of a red hot go.
You clearly don't understand much about my culture.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. No, not really. If it goes about 5 feet below the ground, I'm just not really interested.
5 feet? I thought we were talking in 5 centimeters. You're very airborne.
That's what I'm saying. I just,
You big
it's just not really an
blowhard.
option, or I want to.
I'll give Paulie a bit of an understanding of drow culture and how.
Give it to me. I want to
I'm
hear
trying
it.
to think.
I want to hear it in character because I'm eating garlic bread.
Okay,
That's fair.
Paulie. It doesn't matter how we look in my culture. It does not go well with the ladies. They just hate us.
I'm just saying, like, for us, it's the men that put in the effort and look real good, Ever seen like a female Ara Cochrane? They're always muted with their colours, you know what I mean? It's us. We're the ones with the beautiful, beautiful like looks, and I'm just gonna get my wings out and like preen, kind of like do like a little dance.
Well, in my culture, we are slaves. And I'll just give him a very serious, stern look at the center beak. Because your eyes are
Paulie's definitely
focused.
just not noticing the serious tone you're going for. Not to be rude about it either. He's just not very much of a serious person unless someone, steals something from him, which he's pretty much getting grumpy about, and he's pasting. Like he's just ready to go.
Did Paulie used to be a slave? Would he consider himself a slave?
No.
A former slave?
No. I think it's like a bad father situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was hatched from the egg.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say slave as such as like daddy issues.
Aren't we all?
Giant,
just
giant daddy.
His ones are giant daddy issues. Yeah.
Yeah, some people have big daddy issues. He has giant daddy issues.
Yeah.
For sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So for this hour that goes past, mostly uneventfully, apart from some touching moments. And by touching moments, I mean no touching and stern looks from each of them. And there's a fork in your path.
I could try give Sawn a cuddle. Like, Paulie's alright with that. He's like, do you want a cuddle, mate?
You will not get close enough. Sawn's already
who's closer to Winfred? Is Paulie closer to Winfred, or is Sawn closer to Winfred?
Paulie would be.
Paulie would be. Winfred sort of like rolls over and goes, cuddles, and then like grabs Paulie and pulls him in.
And then it's like my hand, like you got like your arm around my hand, so I'm like this. I'm like,
I'm just sitting there cupping a titty.
All the dinosaurs fear the T-Rex.
And I would, during this time as well, I'll converse with Rumpadump in the last, say, 15, 20 minutes of this rest.
Sure.
I'm just speaking to Rumpadump of trying to get more of the lay of the land of where we are, because obviously I'm from the Underdark, but I'm not from this location.
Yeah.
The Underdark.
Yeah, so he gives you... you get a lot of sort of... He's very shy, and it does take sort of a while to kind of coax him out of his spore cap, I suppose. And he lets out the little spores so you can understand him. And he tells you about how he's not from this area. He's from the Neverlight Grove, and he kind of got swept up with Stool and Vosper, the guy that Winfred spoke to, that the bear spoke to, and I kind of just got like swept into it. It all seemed really, really exciting. I'm not really great at parties, but these guys made these Myconids, they made me feel sort of one. You don't feel alone when you're with them. You feel like you're part of a team, part of a family. You all think together. You all think the same. But they took this lady's gift thing really far. And Myconids aren't really supposed to dance. We're not great dancers. I don't know why they started dancing. I think it had to do with the lady's gift. And they used her gift to traipse around different parts of the stone place where we are now. And they used it to sort of go around and spread spores and have a grand old time. And, we licked all kinds of molds and slimes. That was pretty cool. Like, it was my first time being out, licking slimes. I'm not like back home in the Neverlight Grove. I'm too young to lick slimes. They don't let me lick the slimes. So it felt kind of cool to be out there with the older Myconids licking slimes and stuff, and just like being part of the gang. But it got a bit much. I don't think Vosper is right. I think he's maybe gone. He's taken it too far. Whatever's got him, I worry he will spread it to the others.
Well, I'm sure we will come across that when we do, and if we do, we'll find a way to stop it. And one quick thing, is this Myconid quadrupedal? Just looking at his token, he looks like he's like a mushroom puppy.
Yeah, sure. He's
Hell yeah, I got a mushroom puppy.
He's sort of the smallest one. He can stand up on two legs, and that's when he's like a toddler. But when he's sort of perched on your head, he sort of like folds in like a puppy. He's the one at the bottom of this.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, I'll give him a little.
I want a mushroom puppy.
Give him a little. Well, we have a mushroom puppy. He's our friend.
That's fair. That's fair.
You have two now.
Yeah, that's why we rescued him. There we go. Winfred's friend has a friend now.
Yeah.
You could breed them and make them fight.
Oh god, this isn't Pokemon. I give him a little scritch on the head and just say thank you for the information. And then, judging by where we are in the cave, which way did we come from? Or where we're sitting right now, is that where we fought the Mind Flayer?
Yeah, it's kind of where you fought the Mind Flayer. You came from the southeast.
Yeah.
And the Mind Flayer retreated up to the northeast. And then obviously there's another path heading northwest-ish.
I'll ask Winfred if he can smell the Darrow still. And which way that is.
Perception check.
Yep.
First roll was a 22.
Mm-hmm.
And the second roll was 22.
Nice.
So
just 22.
So I'm going to take the 22, and
I'm glad you take the 22 because I rolled a 22. Did you hear it rolled a 22?
Yeah. So the smell it's not as strong as before, but it still certainly lingers in this cavern. Heads west.
I'll as Winfred tells me that, I'll say we should probably continue on to the west.
All right.
I trust you, Sorn. You tell me where to go, I'll go there.
I'm gonna lead ahead and follow the smell closely to the ground.
Okay.
I'll just mentally keep one of the floating orbs near Winfred so he can see.
Hang on a second.
Yep. So you make your way through the towards the west, was it?
Yep.
Yep. Making your way along, over the next few minutes, just sort of continuing to hear sort of the drip of the caves, the occasional sort of screech of some kind of creature, or creatures shuffling in sort of caves beyond, echoes of your own footsteps as you make your way, until eventually you break out into a larger chamber. The glow of the sort of moss and lichen in here shifts across the chamber as if pushed by an unseen wind. It flows towards and around a large mesa and continues to spiral upward. But the ceiling of the cavern is too dark and high to see for you, Winfred. Even for you, Sorn, it sort of just keeps seeming to go up. You hear murmurs and whispers coming from atop the mesa, which grows louder as you approach. Its stacked levels resemble steps in a staircase, but a ramp running from top to bottom provides an easy way up.
All right. So I would like to make say to everyone, do you hear that? Do we all hear that?
Paulie will fly up 50 feet.
Yep. So you
Is that idea?
No, isn't I can be like, yeah, sorry, yeah, I'll reply to what Sorn said, and say, yeah, I think as we get closer, it gets louder. Let me check.
As you fly up, you can hear the murmur of the chamber more clearly, and as you fly to sort of the top of where that where the top of the stone spiral is, you can start to recognize it as disparate sounds. You can hear the rhythmic clank and roar of Grimport's forges. You hear the low rumble of Ember Chad's displeasure, the mad screaming of the Darrow, and even hints and snatches of conversation. The stones here and sort of the chimney leading up appears to sort of echo the sounds from the city above and project them down here in a bit of a cacophony. You think that you could, you can attempt to sort of discern one of the messages from another if you wanted to focus in on one particular sound. But it'd be hard.
I'd like to try and focus in on the sound of the Darrow because I'm trying to find a certain Darrow sort of thing.
Sure. So I
was actually going to say the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. So do you trudge up to the top? Because from where you are, Sorn, you can't. Just
I feel like Paulie's flying up. If I don't see any sort of altercation, I would
Yeah,
walk
I'll
around.
I'll yell down to you guys saying, you can hear all of Grimport. You know what I mean? Like,
I would
coming
follow
up.
the ramp up
Mhm,
to the
mhm.
top.
Cool. All right. So which one of yous do it? Are you both doing it? What are you doing? Essentially, this is you get to ask me about a part of the city of Grim to try and overhear a specific sound or conversation or whatever, and then some stuff's gonna happen.
All right, I'll let Paulie go first since he's above me technically.
Yeah, you get the first chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and listen out for the Darrow, and then try hear about the Boom Cree if anyone wants to boast loudly boasting about stealing a fine weapon like that.
Okay, give me a wisdom perception check.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Okay. 19.
All right. So you're listening for snatches of conversation from Darrow. You catch a lot of undercommon conversations. It's very difficult for you to discern if it's Darrow because they don't speak common. And you hear snatches of conversation that sound like they're coming from Darrow, but you don't really understand them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
However, eventually you do hear a snatch of someone mentions their you hear someone asking about they call it a pistol.
Pistol. Yes.
And they're describing it to a Duragar, and it sounds very similar to the Boom Cree. This person is asking in common, and the Duragar replying is saying, "No, I haven't heard of it. I haven't seen anything like that." And you hear the sort of snatches of the voice, this sort of gruff voice in common, sounds very similar to the voice you heard at the casino, saying, "I'm
right.
Well, if you see this thing, you come find me," and you hear the clink of coin. He said, "I will pay very well to have whoever took this in front of me."
The pirates after us! Yay! That's literally what Paulie says too. He just giggles and goes, "The pirates after us." Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't really get much else out of that.
No.
All right. Well,
I have a pirate name, but it's definitely not for this guy. I think we already established that.
We gave him a name, I think.
Yeah, we gave him a name. I'm gonna have to go find it. I'm gonna have to go through the thing and find it. Sawn, can you give me a perception check, please?
And can I use magical guidance on myself?
Captain Mac Calibran.
Calibran.
Yeah. Can I use magical guidance on myself? And I do have a 1d8 left to use of like a card.
Sure.
One bardic inspiration.
Yeah, if you want to.
All right, cool. I'm gonna do that then. So guidance is a +4 on top of that as well. No more all that. That's a 21 already. +4. Roll 1d4.
And what are you specifically trying to discern through all the sounds?
I'm listening for if I hear the pirates after me. I'm listening to see if I can hear Jarlaxle.
Ah, yeah, okay.
And that is a total of 32.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. You hear in Drow, sort of in sort of Underdark Elvish, you hear a muffled sort of conversation, and between Drow, and you eventually kind of hear standing out from them the voice of Jarlaxle, and he's saying, "Well, our job here is done. Luckily, we got paid up front. But there's another big score I've got coming. We're going to take the boats, and we're going to go to Waterdeep. Now, you're all going to need disguises, because I don't want to see your faces up there. we're going to put on a bit of a show. There is a hoard of coin sitting under that city. And if we can find it, we can buy our place on the council of Waterdeep. We can have a voice, a man on the inside, if you will. So, and you hear him say, so I want you to ready the ships. You're going to ready the disguises, and you're going to need to ready the automatons, because I've got an idea. When JB Nevercott arrives in Waterdeep, it's going to be in style. That's what you hear.
Can I discern sort of oh, actually, no. If they're getting the boats ready, they'd be going to the docks. Okay. And then, yeah, I'll just make my way back down. And keep that kind of, like, I'd say... I'd just say to Paulie, what was the pirates after us? Is this because you stole his weapon?
Yep. Well, I mean, it's not his weapon. He should bloody know that, mate. You know, like, it's only your weapon as long as you still have it in your hands.
Fantastic. Is there anywhere in this room that I can discern a way to get back up to the city?
From your vantage point, no. It's sort of there's sort of this climbing chimney. Even with your incredible dark vision, it seems to get a bit narrow up there. You do spot, though, another way out of this room. There is a noticeable crack leading to a narrow tunnel in the southwestern side of the room.
I'll point that out to the rest of the party and just.
Was this a dead end, and like it was basically just like this and then the ramp up?
It looks that way, but from your vantage point up top, you see that there is a narrow corridor heading west.
Okay, cool. We'll go. Oh, yeah. We'll yell down to Winfred, because I mean I'm up there with you.
I've already come back down.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
I'm already back on the ground.
Right.
Made it out on my way down, and I'll just shout out to everyone. There seems to be an entrance here. Shall we?
Well, let's go.
And I'll slowly make my way through there. Before I go, I'll pick up Rumpadump.
Yep.
Let him climb back up.
Yeah, he climbs back up and settles down. Does it like a couple of loops on your head before settling down to rest.
And I will, make my way into the underground ravine. That's what I'm going to be calling it.
Yeah, so you make your way. It's sort of a narrow corridor. You have to squeeze in some areas, in some places, to kind of make your way through. And you kind of keep heading through this sort of twists and turns. Eventually you hit another T intersection, sort of heading left and right. Give me a perception check.
Oh, Jesus, my token is doing whatever it wants to do. Perception, here we go. That is a 6. I don't see jack shit.
Yeah. You kind of come out into the... actually, let me roll some dice here. Yeah, you come out into this T intersection with Paulie in tow. And, over the next sort of 10 minutes as you walk through this area, you see sort of a corridor heading off to your left and what appears to be sort of another passageway where it branches off. To your right, you see sort of at the edge of your vision, I think, you see what appears to be a giant stone door. And beyond that, also a tunnel leading to the left.
I'll ask Winfred where he thinks we should go with his keen senses, and I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I'm going to do a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go on, what you were doing with explaining Grimport before, I missed the first bit of it because I'm having some connection issues.
That's all right. I mean, technically, you didn't go up there and listen, so
Okay, that's fair.
unless you
Alright,
would, unless you would like to, we can rewind.
I mean, like, I would like to. All I want to do is because Thorundy was saying that if we go into Grimport, there's a series of blacksmiths there that could turn my deep crow skull into a proper weapon. Potentially like a magical weapon or something like that. So I wanted to find a blacksmith that may be able to turn my deep crow skull into a weapon, like into a punching weapon. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
If you can think of a way that you would be able to eavesdrop on a particular aspect of the city. I mean, you can certainly hear the clanging of smiths up there, but I think for something that specific, you're not seeking out a specific voice. You're not seeking out a specific sound. I don't know how to help you with that one.
That's fair. That's fair. Look, I didn't really go up to listen anyway, so I'm just going to do a perception check for Sawn and see which way we should go.
Sure. Yeah,
but I think that's going to be my focus when I go into
when you get back to the surface. Yeah. Or not, I say the surface, but like the Underdark city. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
So my perception check was a 22.
Okay. Yeah, you think that, or you know, actually, that the dirty Darrow that you're chasing, definitely came through this pass and definitely turned right here.
Cool. I'm going to relay that to the rest of the party.
And when you, as you make your way further down the corridor and you get closer and closer to the door and you can kind of see where it branches off, you smell, you're following that schnoz, you can smell that the smell of the Darrow is sort of multi-layered here. It's sort of, he hung out for a little bit here, definitely went up to the door, definitely went beyond the door, but also went up, like went north.
Okay. So I'm just going to lead the path down that way, and I'm going to follow this Darrow.
And I will follow Hugh.
Okay.
Who's Hugh? Is he a new party member?
Which way are we following him? Because he went both directions at the end here.
Didn't you say he turned right?
He's gone through the door, or he's gone.
There's two smells, like as in like the smell both goes through the door and both goes north. And the door is to the east.
Oh, the door's to the east. Okay, cool.
Maybe we go through the door first, then go and then like see what's behind the door, then we go the other way.
I'm gonna as I'm sort of got my nose to the ground and my butt in the air and I'm sniffing through it. I'm just gonna go up to the door and give the door a good sniff, and give it a little knock. Be put my ear to it, give it a little knock, be and then I'm gonna I can smell him in there, but he also goes north. So unless he took a shit in there, I think we should go north. Someone might want to check in outside that door, but I'm not going to because I'm going to put my nose back to the ground. And then I'm going to put my nose back to the ground and I'm going to keep following the path north.
I'm just going to have a quick listen through the door.
Okay.
I'm just going to put my ear to it and just see if I can discern anything on the other side of that door just by listening to it. I don't exactly want to open it.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
That is a 15.
You can hear sort of muffled sounds from beyond, but certainly nothing clear. And if there's certainly sounds beyond there, and it sounds like there's movement, sort of the low hum occasionally you get of people talking if you're listening through a door, but it's certainly not close enough to the door that you can make it out.
Does anything sound sort of like it's rushed speaking like that Darrow did before?
No, it's sort of the low, I mean, you can't hear any high pitched vibrations. You can just hear sort of a
I'll come back over to the party and just say I do hear speaking on the other side of that door. There is something in there. I'm not sure if it's the Darrow we seek, but there is definitely something in there.
Is this the same way the Mind Flayer went?
No.
Okay.
He wouldn't be talking.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, let's.
Well, they wouldn't be talking.
I mean, look, we could go bare 4-6 on this, and then just have like, Winfred just smash the door down.
It's a giant stone door.
Oh, give it a red hot crack.
I mean, I'll check if it's locked first.
Don't shatter your hammer again. I can't fix it
Yeah.
this time. I'm not your man.
I can check if it's locked.
Yeah.
First.
Mm-hmm. So do you go over and from this side, it doesn't appear to have a lock. There doesn't seem to be any keyhole or anything like that. There's sort of a big, like a metal lever, like one of those like push down levers for a door. There's like little thumb latches.
All right, I'm gonna do like some SWAT signals at like the boys. Like eyes on me, eyes on me. One go left, one go right at the side of the door, and I'm gonna like make a symbol like I'm gonna breach. All right, you ready?
I'll take the right side.
I'm pretty sure Winfred's still got his nose to the ground, so you're literally making signals at his ass.
Good. Because now I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, like as in like all like just like my fingers.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna press the latch down.
All right. The latch, you hear sort of a click, and then you're able to pull that door open.
Perfect. Still gonna just charge in, like I'm gonna hold the rapier like it's I'm gonna hold Talon like it's an assault rifle. Like let's just make weird noises,
Oh, so we're back in Vietnam, are we?
Yeah, I mean this is more just like America this day and age.
America.
Yeah. Just kind of like run in.
Okay.
I don't like the name of this map.
What's it called?
The Grey Ghost Garden?
So, Paula, you start running in screaming, and inside you can see the chamber splits into 2 paths ahead of you.
Yeah.
And where'd I go? Yeah. The area in here is surprisingly clean and orderly, though, and you hear sort of the tinkle of glass as you kind of yell running in, and you hear sort of the clomp of boots as 2 Duragar run out of the sort of the room to the north and see you there. One of them sort of drops some sort of flask or alembic that he was holding, and it cracks on the ground, and kind of you see a sizzling. And the other one sort of looks at you, surprised, sees you with your sword out, running towards him, and pulls out a war pick from his belt. And we're going to, I think, pause there this week and pick this up next week.
Awesome.
Oh, you bastard.
Always wanting to start the fight immediately.
It's just
That's because most of our fights take like a whole session.
And the thing is too, as a rogue, the most important thing that I can do is to make sure that we are never stealthy.
Yeah, I was gonna say is never sneak.
I'm the sneakiest person here currently. And I throw balls of fire.
Why would I use my amazing proficiency in stealth when I can pretend to be an American SWAT team?
No, figure this out, right? So I'm the stealthiest
Actually, mind you,
person.
that's not the case at all. Like, stealth is not my strong point.
I am the stealthiest person here, and for the entire session, I have had 4 little balls of light follow me around, and I've been throwing balls of fire at things.
Amazing.
I do nothing but create light.
I just think that America's SWAT team stealth mantra is just nobody can spot us if they're all dead.
Mm.
That's pretty much our way of looking at things anyway. Let's be real.
It really is. It really, really is.
And I mean, Dylan, you've got to be happy that it also means that you did survive this session. If we're ending the session here, so congratulations to those of you who predicted Sorn would survive this time.
Congratulations, me.
I literally used all of my inspiration points because that was funny.
I don't know who the other person was that believed in me, but I think it was Josh because he wrote that he's a believer.
I was shocked that it was Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Josh is a believer because it's not Ymir anymore.
Well, you're going to get a lot of inspiration points now because I literally chucked in everything I could.
I put in all of mine as well, so I'm sitting at over 10k currently.
Yeah, good. Cool. All right, well, hopefully you had fun. We're sort of eased back into it a little bit. Hopefully we can get back into the regular swing of things either on Monday or Tuesday. Obviously, we'll pick up next week. I'll be in Sydney at some stage in the first week of December, but hopefully I'll be back and not too hungover after my staff Christmas party.
My roster from now on is going to really depend, just because we're getting restrictions back for my work, so I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, whether we're going to be doing... Yeah, look, they want us to check people's vaccination stuff, so that's going to go as well as you probably think. And then I'm going into loss prevention. So, like, if I go into loss prevention, I could say, like, hey, on Mondays I want to be home by 6 or 7 so I can play D&D, but all other days I can work late. But like some days I finish at like 8, so I'll just have to tell my boss.
Yeah, think of the toad. Think of the toad.
Oh no, I know. I'm just it's just one of those things.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cool.
Fair enough.
Well, we'll play it by ear. Hopefully we'll get back into a more regular kind of schedule. I know it's not people's schedules are pretty crazy. Speaking of schedules, Dylan, do you have a streaming schedule at the moment?
Not currently. I'm still reworking it because I've been fairly busy lately.
Well, if people, because you don't have a set schedule, they better hit follow just so they get that notification and go to I am Dylan James on Twitch. Obviously, Winfred is a leaf on the wind, but is found at Mr. Brightside on TikTok, and the Gram.
Mr. Clock app.
The Clock app. And Paulie is where you want him the least and when you need him the most. He is there.
Yes.
And Rumpadump says good night, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good night, Rumpadump.
Thanks, guys.
We'll catch you next time. Bye bye.